Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we managed to hold on to our territory last episode. However, our husband didn't. Very sad. Very, very sad. He, of course, was the heir of this dynasty, and he is still the heir of this dynasty. This guy, however, he lost the Arabian Empire again. And I would really, really like it if we could tell him, we'll back your claim if you press the claim on the Arabian Empire. Now, our husband does have claims, but only on this Grand Clan here, and that's not really worth pushing. However, somebody did tell me to look into the Musin realm here because of our husband's potential claims on it. Now, there's not anything that we can do in terms of pressing a claim here, right? This is exactly the same options that we have for the Arabian Empire, except that we do have this, what is this, a single county claim on the Arabian Empire? Yeah. So there's that option, but that's not a great option. However, the Arabian Empire is, of course, an empire. These guys, they're a kingdom tier realm. That means, this is a duchy conquer. No, that means that we can do this. So that's a thing. I probably wouldn't have looked at it if not for that comment, so thank you for leaving that comment. But that is a thing. That is probably more efficient for us than attacking Bavaria. We would do this, in theory. I mean, we only have a few years left, right? So we're probably not going to be able to get the Arabian Empire. That said, my current plan is that we are going to continue working down this way and get the kidnapper tree so that we can work on abducting this guy and force him to matrilineally marry our current daughter, who we can then designate as our heir, in theory. Maybe we can't designate her as our heir, actually. I'm not seeing that option currently. This guy is our player heir right now. They're on male-only succession, so that means that in order to inherit this, we are going to need to have a female ruler. Now, we do currently have one. So that's a thing. But we'll have to take a look at what our options are on that. I do think that I want to do this kingdom invasion, though. This is really, really land efficient. This is a lot of land right here. So we'll declare this. And it's going to be a fairly extensive war. We're going to go ahead and raise up our troops over here. We're going to need to embark them. I am going to allow them to split. At least as best as I can. And we'll just go until our men-at-arms come in. We know that we're going to need at least 120,000 troops. At least. We'll probably go to like 150. Just to keep things on the safe side. So we will go ahead and bring these guys all up. This should be fine. We should have our men-at-arms popping in a moment here. In fact, there was some of them, and there's the rest. So that's great. We'll, like I said, bring this to about 150,000 troops, I think. Which should be right around... Now is probably good. So we'll have everybody embark, and then... Hang on a moment. We're still gathering. We'll group all of these together. We'll stop them from gathering, and we'll stop all these from gathering as well. There we go. Fantastic. And then, if I'm done sneezing... Nope. I was not done sneezing. Am I done sneezing now? Yes, I think I'm done sneezing now. Perfect. Okay, then we're going to come up over here and attack there. Wonderful. That was definitely an interesting group of sneezes. Snuck up on me. I think I managed to mostly get to my mute button in time, so that is perfect. We can call on our ally. I don't think there's a point, in all honesty. And we're just going to bring these troops on in over here. And we're hoping that we are going to be able to get this done very, very quickly indeed. We should be able to, in theory. I am wondering what this guy's direct troops are. 114? Okay. That sounds good. Who is this? I'm just gonna not happening that. I don't want to look into all of the intricacies of what that would mean. We do need a new spy master, and we definitely want someone who's good. This guy is laying claim to our throne. Good luck, buddy. He has already abandoned it. The moment we discovered it, he was just like, you know what? I don't feel like this anymore. And I don't blame him. We're not going to come in over here. We're actually going to come in right here. We can get that siege done very quickly. This should go incredibly fast because we still have that garrison bug, which, to be clear, is definitely 100% a bug. As far as I know, we don't really have a way to fix it, and we'll just let the game end. It's not really... I wouldn't argue that it's an advantage for us. Mostly because they can siege just as fast as we can. So there is that. Okay, we're going to work on getting this guy into the fold. We'll go ahead and bribe this jerk as well as this jerk and some of these jerks anyway. This guy and this person. Fantastic. Oh, this one too. Sure. That should get us to 95-95. But like I was saying, I don't feel like this is actually a tremendous advantage. It speeds up the wars, to be sure, in that it makes the wars take less long. But the enemies can siege just as quickly as we can. So I don't really feel like it's a huge advantage for us. It does make things move a little quicker. I wouldn't mind attacking that force. They're walking away, though, and I think we're just going to come up over here and continue sieging this region, go up towards their capital. I think that's going to be our best bet. Just siege our way on up there. And, I mean, yeah, this does mean that we're able to do this quite quickly, but it took us a while to get here. Like, their troops could have come in, and instead they're choosing to fight these guys. So, yeah, I mean, their troops are kind of here, I suppose. We're going to fight them up over here. And they're not really as grouped up as they could have been, for sure. We were able to group up and come in. I mean, we came in from overseas, so it's not like this war score over here is giving us a huge timing advantage either, right? It's just that they didn't group up. I think we came in faster than they were expecting or something. So we're just going to continue to fight these guys. And this will be fine. These wars definitely go faster, but they also are lost faster than they're faster as well. So it's just both ways. The wars go faster and they go slower. We just lost a war score there. And that makes me somewhat upset. We were at 100% very briefly. We're going to come over here and siege this and see if that puts us back up to 100. Yes, it does. Okay. So, I mean, like I said, that was a very fast war. These wars tend to be fast, though. Just even before this bug surfaced. Okay, so that happened. We do need to hand out some titles, for sure, and we'll definitely do so. We will grant that to a low noble. We'll grant this off to this guy. We'll grant this to a low noble. We'll grant that to a low noble. We'll grant this to this guy. And this one can be granted as well. Fantastic. We're currently down to 14, 13. Where are the others that we hold personally over here? They must exist somewhere. I don't actually see them currently. We may have to look in here. I'm rid of $1. Okay, where is this? Ah, up here. Perfect. So we will grant that to our friend. And we need to grant out and construct buildings. Yeah, that's fine, but we don't actually care about that. We need to grant these out. So we'll grant this to this guy, as well as this one to this guy. Fantastic. Now, we are currently at 10 vassals over our limit. We do need to deal with that. So, first things first, we have an independence faction that is going bonkers here. This guy's Catholic. Very awkward. A dearth of female children is not a good thing. Let's see about this guy. We don't need to drop our independence faction all that much, actually, because we're going to see a lot more troops pop in. So only one guy. Oh, and we can just negotiate with this guy, and he's 11%. That should do the trick. We are seeing a pretty significant reduction in our troop count from our vassal limit, though, and that we absolutely need to take care of before we proceed. So that dropped this... Oh, that didn't drop it at all. Someone else joined immediately. Perfect. We can grant vassals off to their rightful liege, and that is absolutely something that we want to do. So we'll do all of this. Okay, are there any others? I think this guy still, and this guy. Okay. So that helps our troop count tremendously right off the bat. We're still 3 vassals above. We can usurp this Grand Clan. And so we shall. And that becomes an Empire title. Okay, so how many Empire titles is that we have now? We have a lot. We can also usurp this clan, which is a Kingdom tier title. And that's Transoxania. Okay, so that would belong de jure, like, over here, approximately. And he already has... That's a duchy title. Okay, so we'll grant this guy the Grand Emirate of Transoxania. Now, he's going to become our vassal there, which is not going to help our direct vassal limit for sure. And we can create a few additional titles. We can create a duchy here, which is something we will definitely do. And that will go to this guy. Perfect. That doesn't help our vassal limit, but these kingdoms, I'm hoping, will. So we'll create that, and that will go to this guy. No vassals transfer with him. I'm not okay with that, actually. Okay, this one, de jure, belongs to this guy. Okay. Can we transfer any vassalage around? That is a negative. Awkward indeed. I was hoping that we were going to be able to do a few more of these. Our vassal. Yeah, I mean... He is the true father of our princess. I don't care. I don't care. That's fine. Yeah, we lose a level of devotion. Sure. That's okay. And I do also want to point out that there is this button that we can right-click to dismiss all. That was pointed out to me. And also, we can go into our prisoners tab, which I believe is in our court, and go in here, and we can mass ransom them from here. And I'm wondering where exactly we do this. Let's see. Exclude from mass mass actions are down here. Now, mass ransom is currently grayed out. And I'm wondering why. I don't know why it's grayed out, if I'm honest. The tooltip doesn't seem to indicate. Because they wouldn't accept it for some of them? Do we have to exclude the ones that they wouldn't accept? If so, that kind of defeats the purpose of the mass action, if you ask me. So these would all, in theory, be excluded. Because they don't want to ransom them, in theory. Yeah, we still can't ransom them all. We can mass release them. Do it. Yes, we got him. Okay, so that's fantastic. Oh, is it because she was born out of wedlock that we can't make her our heir? Maybe. Maybe we can't legitimize bastards. That's a possibility. Okay, so we captured this guy's heir. That's wonderful. So we can't actually arrange marriage while he's imprisoned. Which makes me sad, to be sure. We don't really have a child that we can work with this, though. So it kind of is what it is. We don't really have any way that we can do too much there. The Sunni Caliphate is not doing so well. I mean, we will inherit the Caliphate, so there is that. Because if we look at the line of succession here, apparently it's not showing that. But if we look at the line of succession here, then we can see that the Sunni Caliphate is not going to be inherited by us. It's male-only primogeniture, so it should be. It might update once the current caliph dies or something. I don't know. It's hard to say. We do have some areas we can attack and clean up over here. There's no doubt about that. I do want to definitely make sure that we're not going to have this going on. Can we negotiate an alliance with any of these lads? The answer to that is a solid probably not. And we need to get these two over here. Let's just check all of these. Yeah, that's a solid probably not. So they're at 160% right now. Let's see what we can do as far as marriages go. This would get us an alliance with this guy. Do it. We're going to tick that. And can this go, please? They can send their ultimatum at any time. Finally. Okay, so he'll leave that faction. This guy next. No. Unfortunate. This guy. Princess of Alba? That doesn't do the trick. Sad. This guy. No valid characters. Okay. What about this guy? Yeah, that does the trick. Fantastic. What about this guy? We would need... This is a nephew at this point. Yeah, that does the trick. Fantastic. And then our daughter here, no valid characters. Sure. What about this guy? The faction leader. Can we do this? Do it. Okay. That should take care of that, in theory. Excellent. The faction is gone. Okay, so we will ransom this guy. Wonderful. And we will, of course, ransom this guy too. Now, we do still have 6 direct vassals too many. To some degree, that's just because of how big we are. And we're not going to be able to solve that without starting to create, like, double kings. Like the one up over here. This guy here. Like this one. Now, he's a problem. As long as we aren't allied to him, we would have to keep those kings very close in terms of their loyalty. I do want to check to see just how many empire titles we actually have. The answer to that is probably a lot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 empire titles. Yeah, no wonder we're having a direct vassal limit, right? A direct vassal limit issue, right? That's not shocking. That's not shocking at all. Well, it's almost going to be 1444. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this episode to 1444, and next episode is going to be the final episode of this series. Let's see, this is 123, so the next one would be 124. I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping to make it to 128 for those sweet, sweet powers of 2, but I think we should probably end this at some point in the relatively near future. We need to move on, and we're kind of getting unwieldy in our size. If we were to move into Europa, it would be completely challengeless. No challenge whatsoever here. We would just stomp all over everyone. So I don't think there's any point in that. I did put up a poll a few days ago about what should be following this series, and feel free to fill out that poll. I'm going to run this to the Europa start date of 11 November 1444. To be clear, we are going to be running this to the Crusader King's end date of 1451, when the time is right. However, we're pretty much done at this point with what we wanted to do, assuming nothing interesting happens with the Arabian Empire. That said, does our player heir have a claim on the Arabian Empire? No. He does not have a claim on the Arabian Empire. I was going to say that maybe we could set up some sort of a situation where we could not exactly abdicate, but we could die early. That's something we could definitely do by engaging in some very risky behavior. But if he doesn't have a claim on the Arabian Empire, then I don't really think there's all that much of a point to it. And I would say that we should try to make this line end, but there isn't much of a point to that either. Nuri's claim on the Arabian Empire. I don't think I care about this. I don't think this changes any situations here. What I really want is this guy to press his claim on the Arabian Empire. That would be ideal. Unfortunately... Oh, it's 1443 still. I was going to pause there and be like, oh, it's time to stop. But no, it's not quite there yet. I would really, really like for this guy to press his claim on the Arabian Empire right now. And if I could tell him, I will support you in this, that would be great. That would be a feature I would really love to see, especially with someone that we already are, I believe, allied to. Yeah, we're allied to him. So I'm just like, why can't I tell him, if you press this claim, I will support it? Because this would be very good for us. I would absolutely love to be able to do that. Unfortunately, we just have to wait for him to do it. Now, we hold the Persian Empire, but what's he upset about? Oh, because we usurped his title. Okay, sure. Yeah, he should be a little salty about that. There's no doubt about that one. We'd have to pass 55 reasons. 86 total reasons. Alternatively, can we force him to accept vassalage if he's abducted? I don't think we can, ultimately. We might be able to fabricate a hook on him, and in the meantime, I'll toss him some gold to bring his opinion of us up. If we can vassalize him, If we can vassalize him, then we would be able to press his claim at that point for him. That should be the goal here, I think. Is getting this guy to accept vassalization. Now, we're currently working on fabricating a hook on him. And he's going to continue to be upset for another 10 years. But we might be able to sway him as well once we get this scheme finished. Can we also... Is this a hostile scheme or a non-hostile scheme? This is a hostile scheme. Okay. We can't sway the same guy, though, unfortunately. Wait a second. This is a pressed claim, which means that it's inherited as unpressed claims by the children of the claimant. Okay. That doesn't help us. I was going to say, if we kill this guy, does it pass to his heir, who is his... Oh, that is his child. That is his child. We're switching. We're switching gears. Oh, okay. This guy is demanding independence. 88%. No, it's not going to happen. We're going to work on this for the moment, and we'll go deal with him in a bit. We're going to bring this guy in, and he is super into this, and that is amazing. Okay, so who's actually rebelling here? That's a lot. Okay, so we are going to need to find the war leader. The war leader is this guy. And I want to raise troops up over here. And it'll take us 4 months to raise troops. That's slightly awkward because they're going to be able to siege extremely quickly. We need to keep that in mind, that they're going to be able to siege very, very fast. So we need to get some amount of troops out there sieging to be able to contest that. So we're going to move these guys out immediately, and they're going to siege this 0 strength garrison. And with that, we should be able to delay this long enough to get our troops up, is the idea. Yeah, see, they're already succeeding in these sieges. So that's slightly problematic for us. They're already at 52%. We haven't even arrived at this castle yet. That's going to take 7 months. Holy crap, I think we can't win this. I think that this bug means that we are not going to be able to do this. Unless he's going to be capped at 99. But he already has ticking war score as well. We got to get our men-at-arms here. Like, now. Our men-at-arms need to get here. We're going to have to try to fight these guys if we can catch them. They're running away. I think we might just straight up lose this. That's our men-at-arms. We have to get here now. We're already at negative 98. We weren't even able to raise up our troops. But it's possible that they're going to be capped at 99 without a battle. I hope that's the case, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Our scheme has been discovered. Okay. So this is going to be problematic for us, but like I said, this is just that bug rearing its ugly head. See, we lost before we could even get our troops there. Now, letting them fire was a mistake, for sure. I should have attempted to not do that. But they also shouldn't have been able to siege that quickly because of the bug. So the question that I'm going to leave you guys is, should we fix this? Like, we can't fix the bug that I know of with the debug mode. But should we, like, re-vassalize all of these guys with the debug mode, or some of them? Or should we conquer them back in the time that we have? I mean, we should be able to have de jure claims on most of these, but we have a truce for 5 years. And we only have a small amount of time. Like I said, this is entirely a bug that they're able to rebel that quickly. So let me know what you think we should proceed with. I'm going to put a cut in here, and I really wish that this bug wasn't happening. Like, even when it helps us, I feel like it honestly doesn't help us all that much, because it still takes us a long time to get our troops in position. And then once our troops are in position, it's pretty much going to end that way anyway, right? But it does enable things like this. So let me know what you think we should do about that. This is only, I believe, for the duration of this game, which is going to end next episode. So let me know quickly, because I will have to record that episode within 24 hours of this one going live. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I'll see you all next time, where we see what we can do about this. We can probably declare a bunch of independent wars as well.